So the movie Passengers was pretty unforgettable and forgettable at the same time. It's an oxymoron at its core. On one hand, it's a love story between two attractive people, and on the other hand, there were some interesting concepts I think most people would agree on. The biggest being the turning point in the movie at which Chris Pratt decides to wake up Jennifer Lawrence from hibernation, thus condemning her to a death on the ship instead of life on Homestead II, their planet destination. Should he have done it? Should he not have done it? Sad to say, Chris Pratt's Dance Dance Revolution montage and Jennifer Lawrence's sexy swimsuits weren't the highlight of the film. Don't kill me.
Say you were trapped on a desert island, and you had the power to wish somebody there with you. You wouldn't be alone anymore. But you'd be stranding a person on the island. Would you make that wish?
This moral question was by far the most interesting part of the movie, but after the moment Jim woke up Aurora, the movie pretty much flatlined. Boy and girl fall in love, girl finds out boy woke her up, girl flips a bitch. Boy gets depressed again, ship malfunctions, boy nearly dies, girl saves him, she forgives him, and the two live happily ever after. In a tree. The entire time I was watching the movie, I couldn't help but think, I wish I could have taken a stab at writing the screenplay.
You die, I die.
Clearly, someone watched Titanic one too many times. This should clearly be, if you die, Jurassic World 2 dies with you. I've seen a lot of theoretical rewrites that make Jennifer Lawrence the main point of view character and twist it into a horror-ish noir film. But I'm a little pussy and I can't really do horror, so I'm gonna tailor this to stay in the science fiction fantasy genre and make it a backdrop to the moral dilemma, which I honestly believe the movie was actually centered around. I think what the movie excels at is showing the decision-making process and all the other alternatives Chris Pratt had tried. He tried sending a message back to Earth, he tried fixing his hibernation pod, he tried waking the crew for help, he tried to make the best of a lonely situation, and he even thought about killing himself. So pretty much anything you can think of, he's tried it. And any way you slice it, he's screwed. So why not drive that point home even further? The moment Pratt woke up Lawrence was a big pivot moment in the film, and even though they had their space romance montage, everyone was waiting for that moment in the film when she finds out he's the one who woke her up. And she reacted as realistically as any good screenwriter should have written her to be. She was angry, frustrated, and even physically violent towards him. At the point where the ship malfunctions and she and Pratt are forced to set aside their differences, this is where I'd make my divergence off the script. Pratt goes out and sacrifices his life. Maybe he gets a touching moment in at the end where the last thing he says to her are along the lines of, "I know you hate me and I deserve it, but I really want you to know that I'm sorry, I'm an ass, and I'm gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Jennifer Lawrence does her Jennifer Lawrence thing and does her Oscar-winning cry over Chris Pratt's dead body. The resuscitation chamber doesn't work, and Pratt's dead body starts to smell. Jennifer Lawrence does her Jennifer Lawrence angst and tries to move on. She hits the same stops along the road as Pratt once did. Depression Den, Acceptance City, Fun Times Town, and eventually, Lonely Island. Then she notices a particular man in a hibernation pod. Her hand hovers over the glass of his pod, and the scene lingers on her. She knows the pain she endured when Pratt woke her up, but she can't help the idea from inching forward in her head. Her finger goes towards the button that'll wake him up, and it's subtle, but her finger does twitch at it, and the screen cuts to black and the credits roll. In this rewrite, I'm pushing the moral dilemma front and center, leaving the audience to question what they would do in a situation. Some of the best stories out there have the director and screenwriter to definitively end their narrative, but leave just enough room for the viewer to inhabit the space. When Passengers posed a dilemma as interesting as this, it should have driven that point home. Would she be able to beat the endless amounts of loneliness and isolation that drove Pratt to do the same thing she condemned him for? Would you? And instantly, a dialogue is opened up between you and anyone else who saw this movie. As it stands right now, what can you really say about it? Did you laugh at the Pratt ass? Did you like the J-Law swim scenes? What else was there? Oh yeah, the space mansion looked pretty cool. Riveting, I guess. But I still prefer this rewrite more. But I'm always open to interesting ideas, so if you have any, I'd love to read them in the comments below. Thanks guys, see you next time.